In this lesson, I will be taking you through the basics of PowerPoint and how to use PowerPoint step by step. Let's get started. In order to get access to PowerPoint, make sure that you open your browser, and then if you don't have it already downloaded on your laptop, you can sign in on the online version, which is the web version. So I'll just go ahead and then sign in from here. If you have an account already, you go ahead and sign in. But if you don't have an account, I would leave a video at the end of this video so that you learn how to create a Microsoft account for free and use it. This method is for those that don't have PowerPoint already on their laptops. After signing into your Microsoft account, go ahead and navigate your mouse to this rectangle here, click on it. Then from this option, you can select PowerPoint and use it for free. I have PowerPoint downloaded on my laptop. I would go ahead and then use it from this side. But if you don't have it downloaded on your laptop, make sure that you sign in like I did, and then you navigate your mouse to this interface. It's the same as this side as well. This is how PowerPoint interface looks like. On this side, you have your account, the home, the new. When you click on new, you get to see some templates. Okay, so these are templates, already made templates that you can use to create presentations. We'll have a look at that later. And recent tab gives you a display of your recent presentation slides that were created by you. And then the shared tab talks about presentation slides that you shared with others as well. When you click on open, there are folders or recent folders that you've accessed. Now let's navigate our mouse to new, and when I click on search here, I can search for any template of my choice. Let's say that, for instance, I want a business presentation slide. I just have to type the word business, and it will give me some design or presentation slides that I can customize to my liking. So in case you go through some of these slides and you prefer one of them, you go ahead and double click to open the slide. From here, you can customize the slide. If you're using the online version as well, you go ahead and search for the template that you want to use. I would say business. And then I have my template over here as well, same as the downloaded version. So there is no much difference. The only difference is you are limited with the templates that you have. So over here, we go with this one, a pitch deck, double click to open it. And then from here, you can go ahead and then customize your presentation. Let's go back to our first slide. Let's have a look at the tabs and then the commands beneath these tabs and what you can do with them. Over here, there's the auto save button, and you can turn this on. Rename your slide. So I'll say decor slide. PowerPoint and OneDrive. OneDrive is the same, is similar. They have the same features as Google Drive. So if you know how to use Google Drive, you can use OneDrive. Then you click on save. You can also click on this. When you click on the home feature here, it takes you back to the home. So when I click on this, it's going to take me back to this page. This option is the save as option. It helps you save your files. And you can only, this is only visible when you make a mistake in your presentation and you need to undo something. So let's say I type something here in this box. I can say undo. When I click on undo, it's going to undo it for me. And this is the refresh button. It helps you to refresh your page. And on this three dots, when I click on this three dots, you can customize. So this is a access toolbar, and when you click on that, you get to add a couple of things to the quick access toolbar. If I click on spelling, it's going to add it for me. This is how the quick access toolbar works. When I under home, there is the paste, you can copy and paste, and there is card copy format. And then there is the new slide. In case you want to add a new slide, let me delete this. If you want to add a new slide, you go back to click on this, and then you have a new slide. In case you don't want this layout, you navigate your mouse to layout, the type of layout that you prefer. There is title, agenda, introduction, section break, title and content, summary, three content comparison, and a lot that you can explore with. You can also reset. When you click on reset, it's going to reset your slide for you. And in case you want to group your slides into sections, you come over here under section, you click on it, add a section. You click on add a section, you're going to see the small title. You would see the unit section. So you can highlight this and group them into sections. You can see intro, hit enter, and then you have your section, and you can delete this default section if you prefer that. You collapse it or go ahead and delete by right clicking, and then you can remove section and slides, or you can remove all sections, or you can rename this particular section. These are different sections, so let me just rename this for you. So under each section we have slides. Under this section, these are the slides that you can use. So there's the slide, this slide, and you can add more slides beneath that particular section. Now when we come to the second section, there's another slide. Then you can customize it and then arrange them. So in case you want a slide to be at the front, you hold, you drag it to the top, and rearranged for you. In case you want to delete a slide, you right click and then you select delete slide. In case you want to incorporate a new slide or add a new slide, you right click, you click on add new slide. You can also use the keyboard shortcut shift plus control plus n, and you're going to get a new slide. And as well, you can format the background, but we'll do that on the tabs and then the groups. We are still under the home tab. You can change the font type and then the font size. And you can use this to increase the font size, but make sure, first of all, make sure you select and then you increase the font size. Let me go ahead and do this on a new presentation or a blank sheet so that you can see clearly. So I'm just going to write something here. So this is our first slide, and this is the thumbnail of the slide. So under the home tab, when I click on this and I select it, double click to select, I'll go ahead and select this, and I can change my font. These are a couple of fonts that you can explore with, and I can change the font size to something smaller or bigger. I can bolden this, use italic or underline. So this is basically for formatting your font or your text, and you can change the color of the text as well, and you can align them. In case you are writing something in a bullet point, you can use this option too. And under it, there are options you can choose from. There is the unnumbered bullet points, so you can select that. If I should click enter, I have this, and enter, I have this as well. I can rearrange this at the end of my presentation as well. And there is the convert to art, the small art. So when you click on this, for instance, I want to use this words, and then I click on convert to art, and I can select any of this and select, let me go with the plus. I can add more. So if you are presenting on something, then you have your first decor, you have your first word, you can add more words, you can add another word, you can add another word, and then you can add an image here. We'll come back to adding images when we get to the insect tab. So over here you can select the kind of art design that you want. In case you want this, you can go with this. If you want this, you go with this. But this is very nice, and then you can hold, expand. You can decrease this by just holding the size and then dragging it. In case you want to input a text, you just double click inside and start typing. So you can type your first word and say first, and type here second. Make sure that you double click inside to start typing. All right. And then now let's go back to the home again. When you are designing your presentation, you can add pictures by navigating your mouse to home, and then you select picture. If you don't have a picture on your laptop, you can browse for photos on the internet. But if you have some pictures already, you can go through. But because I don't have pictures on my laptop, I'll go ahead and select stock images. Over here in stock images, I'll say decor room and click enter. Then I have some images here that I can select from. So in case you want an image, you click on it and select insert, and it will be inserted for you. Now this is when you do that, you have some recommendations, some slide design recommendations that you can select from. If you want this type of design or format, you go with it. In case you want this too, you can go with it. So we select this, and then we can type, you can type whatever you want over here as well, and then there'll be no outlines in your design for you. So you can do that with other images as well. So this is also an easier way to use an image as a background. So you can add icons to your presentations to make it stand out as well. Now when you click inside the image, there is a picture format whereby you get to format your picture, you can remove the background if you don't want some backgrounds in your image and all of that. You can mark the areas. So this is for marking the areas to keep, use this sign, and the areas to remove, use this sign. And then, so let's use areas to remove. Then we draw some lines here. Then we go back to our picture format. Then we click on this and it's going to remove everything and keep this. So depending on how you want your pictures to be, I'm going to discard all changes and bring back our image. You can format your image to your preference. For instance, in case you want to decrease the transparency of this image, navigate your mouse to picture format and then you select the transparency mode, the type that you want, and you go ahead to work with that. You can be very creative with this, so you don't have to be too fixated on one thing. All these are things that you can experiment with your images and your text as well. Okay, so now let's go back to home and you can insert a text box. You click on this text box. You can type in a situation whereby you don't have a text box or you cannot type a word in your slide, you can use the text box to give you that room or accessibility. So that you go ahead and then you can arrange your objects on your slide. So when you click on reorder objects, you're going to get this pop-up and then you can, it can help you to rearrange your slide, the objects on your slide. So this is one and this is two. So I can bring this to the front and the other one will go to the back. When you're done, you click on OK. And then you have it here for you. You can also rotate your text by say 90 degrees or 45 degrees. You can take your time and go through some of these things. It's not difficult. All you have to do is just experiment with what it does. And when you click on quick styles, you have the styles for your text, your font. Okay, so this is the background color. If you don't want to use quick styles, you can also use the shape fill, which is the same as the background color, and you select it and the shape outline, so you can make it weighted or 6 pixels. Now when I selected a 6 point, it has taken the borders, so you can also go with no outline or outline, anyhow you prefer it to be. Over here at design suggestions, based on the slide that you are using, you can select design suggestions and it will give you some design templates that you can use, or design shapes and format that you can use for your slide. So you can explore more of this option. Now you can use Copilot in PowerPoint, and this is only available for those that are using Microsoft in the paid version. Okay, if you're using the online version, you won't have access to that. You won't have access to Copilot. So it's only available for those that have paid and they are using PowerPoint. All right. When you navigate your mouse to insert tab, there are options like inserting a table. You can create a table in PowerPoint. And the moment I even typed on table, it has given me the design suggestion feature, has given me some suggestions that I can use. So in case I want to use the information table, I just click on this and then it's here for me and you go ahead to edit to your preference. But in case you don't want that, you can go ahead and select your table. You can select the number of columns and rows. You click OK. And you have your table. You go ahead to customize it to your preference. And then you can also change the table design. You can also go ahead and change the table design. There are more that you can use. So go with the one that feels okay for you. Then you can add some borders. All right. You can add some shading. PowerPoint is very, very interesting. You can do a lot of things with PowerPoint. So take your time and go through some of these things. Just explore and then see how it works for you. You can use the table layout to customize your table to your preference. There is the view grid lines. You can delete some columns, you can delete some rows, or even delete the table entirely. Yeah, and when you do that, your table is going to be deleted for you. And there is also inserting rows above, inserting rows below. Make sure that when you want to insert a row, your cursor should be at where you want to insert the row. So let's say I want to insert the row below. My cursor will be here and click on insert below and it's going to be done for us. Same for the columns and merging cells and splitting cells. In case you want more tutorials on PowerPoint, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any tutorial, because with time I will be uploading more tutorials on how to use PowerPoint effectively and how to design in PowerPoint. Now let's go back to our insert tab. And over here, you can insert pictures. We've already looked at that. And then cameo is when you want to be presenting your slide and be showing your face at the same time. So when you click on cameo, you can select the option that you want over here. Okay, you can go with this option or this option. And when you are presenting on your slide, your face, you can turn on your camera, and then your face will be showing here as well. And you can select the design type that you want. You can insert screenshots, shapes, icons, 3D models. We've also looked at a small art, which is this one. Okay, that's the small art. And with chart, we've also not looked at chart, but in case you are looking to learn how to use chart in Mac, I have a video on how to use chart in Excel. You can check that out. I'll leave the link in the description if you are looking to learn more on that as well. There is also the zoom feature that helps you to zoom in your slides and then zoom out. And you can insert links in your slide as well. By clicking on the text, you highlight a text and then you click on link and you can add a web address. So whenever somebody clicks on that, it takes them to the particular address that you've attached to the text. There is also the comment, the text box that we've already looked at, and then the add word, which we've already looked at. You can also include date and time by just clicking on date and time, and then you can add a date to your slide. You can also add slide numbers. Slide numbers, we say we start from one, then apply to all slides, and you're going to have your slide numbers at the bottom here, and you can edit them as well. If you teach maths, you can use this option equation to insert mathematics equations in your presentation. And you can also insert new equations by customizing your own equations and then doing all that you want to do as well. And there is also the video aspect. You can insert videos inside your presentations. I'm going to click on a new slide. You can also incorporate videos in your presentations. I would add a new slide. I've added a new slide, so I'll go ahead and click here and click inside a video and say stock videos. It will take a while for the video to load. And when it does, I'll go ahead and select any video here. Click on insert. Then my video will be inserted for me. You can play it from here. So this is where the text box becomes very useful, because in case you want to add something to this video, I'm going to pause this. In case you want to add something to this video, there's no way you can add a text. So you go ahead and select the text box, and you can make good use of the design suggestions as well, and then explore with some of these things. All right. And you can add audios the same way you can add images, videos, you can add audios as well. You can record audios using PowerPoint. Over to the drawing tab. With this is basically for drawing, as the name goes. Use it to draw object and anything that you want. With design, in case you are designing a slide, you can select the design type. Okay, so when you click on the design type, it changes for you. You can see that it has done that for this one and the others. And if you want a plain background, go with slide 7. If you want a plain background, you select format background, and from here you can select whether if you want a solid fill, gradient fill. If you select gradient fill, you're going to have this, and you can change the color here. If you want, you can hold this and then drag to the side. Okay, if you want solid fill, you select solid fill and then you change the color from here as well. And then you go with this, then you can select your slide format. So the moment you do that, you select that, your design type will be selected for you. You go with that, then you design to your preference. You go ahead and delete this slide. When you want to delete a slide, you right click and then delete slide. Okay, and when you right click on any slide, it gives you the when you right click on this slide, it gives you the opportunity to duplicate the slide, delete other section, or you can even format the background from this place. So when you click on format background, you have the option to format the background from here as well. Then with transitions has to do with when you are presenting your slide, you can have the fade, push. Okay, so you can have push for slide 1, and then when you come to slide 2, you can have the split. Then slide 3, we can have random bars. Then slide 4, we can have cover. Let's go with cover. So when you are done with this and you want to present, you navigate your mouse to this icon here, the slideshow. You click on it, then you can start presenting your slide. You're going to have that flow. When you are done presenting, you click on escape to come back to your slide. Animations have to do with the text that you are working with. In case you want to add an animation to a text, you select the text and you add the type of animation that you want. There is the part animation that you can explore at your free time, and then there's the animation part that has a lot of other features that we can look at a later video. So with a slideshow, when you are done with everything, you can start playing your slide from the beginning, or you can play from current slide, or you can simply use the slideshow at the bottom here to show your slides. In case you have any questions, make sure that you leave a comment and I will respond to them. And in order not to miss out on any tutorial, make sure that you subscribe to the channel